The battle to power India's fifth-generation AMCA fighter jets is heating up, with United States and France going head-to-head to win the multi-billion-dollar Indian defense deal. USA's GE and France's Safran are offering jet engine tech and a production line in India. But who will prove to be more reliable for the Indian Air Force? France's Safran has now made a sweet proposal to emerge as the frontrunner to power India's stealth fighter, the AMCA. Safran says it will offer 100% tech transfer as well as integrate its most powerful 110 kN engine in the upcoming LCA Tejas MK2 fighter jets as well. Now, the MK2 is expected to take its first flight within the next couple of years by 2026. While India has signed a deal with American GE for 99 engines for this jet, Safran is hoping the engine delays experienced by India in the Tejas MK1A program will force the Indian Air Force to evaluate Safran as an alternative. So this development will only take place if the Indian Air Force decides to distance itself after the initial 99 jet engine deal with GE. Now, remember in August this year, during Defense Minister Rajnath Singh and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin's meeting at the Pentagon, the two leaders reached an agreement to advance priority co-production projects, such as that of GE F414 engines in India to power the Indian Tejas MK2 aircraft. Now, in a major milestone, Vikram Rai, Chief Executive of GE Aerospace South Asia, announced that the production of these F414 engines will soon begin in India, which may be exported to other air forces around the world. These much-in-demand GE engines already power some of the most fearsome fighter jets, including the F-A-18 Super Hornet of the US Navy, Korea's Sky KF-21, as well as the Saab Gripen EF. GE CEO also hailed aerospace industry as the flag bearer of India's manufacturing push. So with GE already establishing a production line in India, does it give the American firm an edge over France's Safran? India has made it clear that tech transfer is a pivotal factor for this defense deal as well as a production line for domestic manufacturing of this engine. New Delhi plans to equip 99 units of the highly anticipated multi-role Tejas MK2 fighter jet with these GE engines initially before making a call for future squadrons. Price negotiations are still underway, with US demanding $1.1 million per jet engine, while India and New Delhi aim to negotiate a price in the region of $800,000 to $810,000 per engine. Still, these are uncharted waters, with United States allowing another country to manufacture its prized GE F414 engines outside the US borders for the first time ever, marking a historic moment in India-US defense ties. The General Electric deal will involve transfer of critical tech, including various metallurgical and manufacturing technologies. However, the US firm is reluctant to part with 100% tech transfer and is offering only 80% tech transfer. So, will this be a deal breaker? France's Safran is willing to fulfill the demand and has offered 100% engine technology to India for the AMCA and is pitching for the Tejas MK2 jet as well. Moreover, Indian side has repeatedly expressed disappointment regarding the GE 404 engine delays for the Tejas MK1A jets. But this has forced the HAL to push the delivery date or delivery timeline of the first LCA MK1A even further. A defense official familiar with the situation was quoted in media saying, quote, "No engines have been received at this time. Due to the delay, HAL has devised an alternative plan to install used engines on the initial batch of these jets temporarily," unquote. Meanwhile, with a prior experience in supplying turbine engines for Indian military helicopters, France is already India's second biggest defense supplier after Russia, with mega deals including Rafale fighter jets as well as Scorpene submarines. Safran's chair, Ross McInnes, assured an audience at India's defense conclave at the beginning of October, saying, quote, "We have stood by your side through thick and thin. The same cannot be said of your other Western partners," unquote. He claimed Safran's offer of joint production is aimed at giving India a strategic independence to design, develop, and produce military jet engines for domestic use and export. Safran is also putting no restrictions on stopping any access to sensitive issues. India's ambassador to France said in January this year, quote, "The deal aims to delve into the actual design phase, metallurgical aspects, and other critical elements that contribute to developing advanced jet engines," unquote. In fact, there are negotiations that India's DRDO will develop an even more powerful engine in collaboration with France's Safran for the AMCA MK2, or the advanced 5.5 generation version of the AMCA stealth fighter. Meanwhile, Safran plans to open a maintenance facility in Hyderabad in 2025, the aerospace and tech hub of India. On the other hand, the United States wants to lure the world's biggest arms importer, India, away from reliance on Russian and French defense systems. However, USA is unwilling to share 100% tech. Indian Defense Ministry and the Indian Air Force are now turning their full attention to the upcoming Tejas MK2 program and may rope in private sector manufacturers, as the HAL is expected to be swarmed with Mk1A deliveries. Private sector involvement may give rise to India's own aerospace titans, just like Lockheed or Boeing in USA, with 120 Tejas MK2 jets planned right now, with further 80 to 90 more jets in the pipeline. So what do you believe? America's GE or France's Safran? Who should power India's next generation fighter jets, and who will be more reliable? Leave a comment with your opinion and subscribe to Inconnect News for more defense updates and geopolitics.